Damn! What a looker!
Don't let her innocent face fool you, Cave. That's Maria Orsic. From what we know, she's a medium of considerable power. And the leader of the Vril Society.
Vril Society? What's that?
A secret circle monitored by Himmler. They believe they can channel something called Vril energy. If there's even a chance this is true, it's a risk we can't afford, Washington.
What exactly is this Vril energy, Robinson?
That's where things get interesting, Alexandra. Was written by Edward Bulwer Lytton in 1871. Science fiction by our standard. The Nazis treat it as gospel. They believe the energy is real and can be harnessed.
Oh my!
Oh my, indeed.
Fiction or not, High Command believes your team needs to investigate. This is Wevelsburg Castle. That's where they're allegedly attempting the ritual. Your mission is to find out exactly what's happening at Wilsburg Castle, and if it's a threat to this country, you stop it. Our man on the inside tells us the ritual is happening tomorrow night. Your plane leaves in the morning, and one final thing, Washington's taking the lead on this mission.
Wow.
A Negro! In charge! Ridiculous! This department's decisions aren't based on simplistic notions like race, Mr. Allen. Washington's taking the lead, and that's it. You'll be dropped as close to the castle as possible, and your contact will identify himself as Johann. That will be all.
Catch up with me when you boys are done talking, Dante.
Should I call you boss from now on, pal?
That's the point. Call me whatever you like, Brian. Just be a little more serious when we get to Germany.
Whatever you say, boss.
How are your meditations going today, Kurt? Do you require assistance?
I wouldn't want to impose on you, Frau Orsic, but...
You could never be an imposition on me, Kurt. Also, it is fine if you wish to call me Maria. I believe I've said this before.
Yes, Frau, I mean Maria, but it is out of habit for me to do so, I'm afraid to say.
There is no need to be afraid of anything while I am here, Kurt. Such a shy and modest young man you are, Kurt Kruger. There's no need for this, though.
Yes, Maria, I suppose that is true.
What we do during our meditations is not for simple pleasure, as if we are some kind of savages. No, what we are doing is for the glory of the Reich and the Führer himself. It is important that you understand this, Kurt.
I understand, Maria, but I am young. I have not spent much time around women, other than my mother and sister.
That is okay, Kurt. I will be gentle as always.
Do you remember the first time we met here, Johann?
As I recall, you believed I was attempting to expose you as a traitor to the Reich.
Well, now that we both know better, I have more news for you to pass on to our allies in America. And what would this news be, Werner? Does it involve the Orsic woman? Yes, this morning I spied on her and the young man in their meditations. I believe they are going to attempt the ritual tomorrow night. This ritual, it involves the Vril energy you spoke of the first time we met? As I recall, you were skeptical to believe in this Vril nonsense. I believe those were the words you used, yes? Yes, they were, and I still don't see why the Führer thinks my rockets and her flying disc designs have anything to do with each other. But nonetheless, I thought this attempt at a ritual might be information you and our American allies would be interested in. Yes, they will be, Herr Braun. So much so that I believe they will attempt to send in a team of agents to stop this ritual. There are two things I need to know. What time will they be attempting this ritual, and how much do you know about this young man involved? I heard that it will be at midnight. Appropriate, is it not, when you consider the foolish, supernatural element of the situation? As far as the young man goes, I know very little about him. Himmler did let it slip that he was one of these enhanced individuals that seem to be popping up lately, though. Interesting. Well, Ver, we might need you to create a diversion with the one guard you told me about at the main entrance to the castle. The guard in question did stop me once and tell me he was a fan of my rocket designs. So, I should be able to be there at midnight to do that. Good. Good. If he is properly distracted, the Americans should be able to slip through the wall unnoticed. And how exactly are they going to slip through a wall, Johann? Let's just say, we are not the only country these enhanced individuals are popping up in, Werner. Now, I must leave. Wait the appropriate amount of time before leaving yourself so it won't look suspicious.
I'm late, Dante.
Late for what?
Late. Late, Dante.
Oh, you mean that kind of late?
Yes, Dante. And I don't need a doctor to tell me what I think I already know.
Well, you can't just jump to conclusions, Alex. Maybe you're wrong.
I know I'm not wrong, Dante. Some things a woman just knows. It's instinctive. We need to figure out what to do. I know we can't bring a child into this life we're living. And if Robinson finds out...
I know. But considering the way we were recruited, I doubt they'll take this news very well.
Once I start showing I can't hide that I'm pregnant from them, Dante, and I doubt Robinson will just let us run off and start a family. What if they let us adopt the child out, if I'm able to hide that I'm pregnant until it's too late to terminate the pregnancy?
So then we still lose our child. Do you really want that, Alex?
I don't know how else to handle it, Dante. Unless you have any better ideas. Do you?
Unfortunately, I don't. I know we can't just leave. They'd find us eventually.
Exactly. So far now, all we can do is go on like normal and keep trying to hide the pregnancy.
That's a terrible plan, Alex.
It's the only one we have.
What gives, Craig? You can't just bust in like that.
Settle down, Brian. I just want to talk. It's about Washington. I know where this is going, and I'm not on board. Just hear me out. Don't do that. Not after last time. Not after the way you treated me the next day after we spent the night together. I thought you forgave me? Understanding isn't forgiveness. Now, get on with it. I think Robinson will listen if you back me up. I believe I would be a better leader than Washington. Even if I agreed with you and I don't, Robinson's mind is made up. That doesn't mean I have to like it. Can't you just put your prejudices aside and work with Dante, Craig? Blacks just aren't like us. If I have to, I'll follow him, but I can't pretend I like it. Not even for you. That's the best I'll get, huh? Yes, it is. Brian, about us. I just want you to know I'm not a faggot. I have a fiancé. And she told me she was pregnant the last time I saw her. You wouldn't be the first man with a beard, Craig. Whatever you need to tell yourself.
Don't laugh at me. Don't you ever laugh at me. Get out of my room, Craig, not now.
Brian, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Damn it. Who needs him anyway? Lousy faggot. I'm one to talk, considering all the time I've spent with him. It wasn't supposed to be like this. When I talked to Robinson after we were brought here, I figured things would be different. We need to discuss something, Craig. I'll say we do. I've been here for weeks. And other than you guys being obsessed with my powers, I don't know why I'm here.
We'll get to that eventually, but for now, I want to discuss whether you want to take advantage of our visitation policy.
Visitation policy, huh?
Yes. Is there anyone you miss from the outside world, Craig?
Well, I had a girlfriend back home. She'd probably come see me if she could.
I understand. And I see by the information we have on you, you have no family to speak of. Raised in an orphanage, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. So about these visits, would they be conjugal visits?
Well, you said girlfriend. I believe the young lady would have to be your wife for that, Craig.
Did I say girlfriend? I meant fiancé. Is that good enough, Mr. Robinson? I suppose it might be, but there would be stipulations, guidelines we have to follow here at the facility.
Guidelines? Like what?
This young lady can't be allowed to know the location of the facility.
How would she get here if she can't find out where here is?
Well, she would have to agree to be blindfolded in transit. Do you think she'd be okay with that?
Alice is crazy in love with me. She would agree to that for sure.
Well, if you're absolutely sure, we'll make this happen. If it goes well, she can have more visits.
Now, after 6 years, here I am, and look at the mess I've gotten myself into. I knew I had to keep Alice on the hook. Her parents are loaded, but now she's pregnant, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. And I don't know if Brian will ever forgive me, or why I care so much if he does or doesn't. I don't really have feelings for him, do I? Damn it. What to do about that? I guess all I can do is get ready for the mission.
It's a damn shame we don't have audio or recording capabilities on these things yet. I really want to know what the hell was going on between Cave and Alan earlier. Something must have happened when I wasn't watching these monitors. Well, regardless, old Red said before he left they were ready. As I recall, he had an interesting take on that too. They're ready, Robinson. But if I was you, I'd keep an eye on Alan. He's a squirrely little bastard, that one. I appreciate your advice, Red. And your time these last 2 years. Wasn't nothing for me, and it beats retirement. A man doesn't last long after he retires, you know? So I've heard, Red. So I've heard. Well, I guess one way or another we'll find out if that training paid off. Even with their powers, this could be a hell of a first mission. So, Johan, what can you tell us about this castle, and who's involved in this ritual we know is happening?
Well, my new friend, as far as I know from my man inside the castle, there are only 3 people we need to focus on.
And they would be who?
Well, there is Herr Himmler, the Orsig woman, and a young man named Kurt. Oops, sorry about that, old fellow. Please be careful with my things, young man.
Brian, sit down and stop playing around. Johan, you were saying? You mentioned something about someone named Kurt. That wasn't in our briefing. Who is he?
I believe your superiors wanted me to gather more information on him. From what I've learned, I know he's extremely strong and invulnerable.
What's his involvement in this, Johan?
From what I've gathered, he's to be the first attempt to infuse the vril energy into a human. And if they're successful, they may move on to a second attempt with someone a bit more important.
Like Hitler, maybe?
Far-fetched, but possible, young man.
Whatever their plan is, it doesn't matter, because we're putting a stop to it. Now, how are we getting into that castle, Johan?
I have a man on the inside ready to provide a distraction just after 11 that gives you almost an hour before the ritual.
A distraction should work just fine. I believe Craig can get us through that wall. You up for that, Alan?
I've never phased that many people all at once, but I'm sure I can handle it, Washington.
Good. Good. I think we've got this. Now, about the layout of that castle, Johan.
For nearly 2,000 years she waited. Empires rose, empires fell. And still the vigil endured. They called her fanatic, witch, madwoman, but Maria Orsic knew the truth. The old gods had not died. They were waiting for a vessel. For centuries she searched, through war, through ruin, through bloodlines that failed her, until at last one remained. Kurt Kruger, not a soldier, a conduit, a god waiting to be born. Tonight the stars aligned, and there would be no second chance. No army, no empire, only one chosen. One anointed, one who would never kneel to kings or tyrants, or Hitler himself. Tonight the vigil ends, tonight the gate opens, tonight the last priestess speaks.